Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Charlotte. My YouTube channel has a lot of tip videos and kind of lifestyle related. So if you aren't subscribed already, go and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. I'm posting them weekly. But this week I thought we could do a little bit of a relationship themed video because my previous two videos were vlogs of my time in Philly. I went to go visit my boyfriend, Chad. And so I thought it would be kind of cool now that we're back apart to do a video about long distance tips, especially since a lot of people are going through that right now with the quarantine and not being at school. So this video is going to have some tips about long distance as well as a little bit about how we met as an introduction. But I hope you enjoy it. And sorry that the audio video quality isn't the best. We had to do a Zoom call because, as I said before, we are not both together right now. We're together, like, relationship-wise, but not location-wise. Hey guys, we are here with Chad. If you don't remember him from my vlogs, then you probably didn't watch those vlogs, so go watch them. I will link them here. But we're going to talk about relationships today. And we have been dating for over a year. Let's go. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about how we met, and then we're going to talk about long-distance relationship tips. So, yeah, let's just get started. How we met. Okay, well, band. That was how.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is it like how we met or like how we
How we, started dating or, started,
I just saw you walk into band late on the first rehearsal. Or you could say that we because I was recruitment and retention and I read an email from you where someone spelled your name wrong, so that's virtually meeting you.
But then I think, how we started, getting interested in each other, it was more like the second semester of my freshman year, and it was the second semester of your junior year. I've been spending more time with you, especially since for band, I applied to the leadership council in Chad's old position as recruitment and retention chair. So once I got accepted for that position as one of the co-chairs for that, I had to work more with Chad and figure out, what he had done in the position and how to kind of continue his work. So we ended up spending more time together in that sense. And also his roommate and best friend was my co-chair for recruitment and retention. So I spent a lot of time at his place working with his roommate. So then...
And I kind of managed you too as the treasurer.
Because at this point, Chad was now on board. So he had moved up in the leadership scheme. So he was one above us. Yeah. So yeah, we just kind of...
We're just Snapchatting a lot.
Chatted a lot.
Yeah.
And it just kind of turned into flirting.
We had a streak about started with beans.
There was an inside joke about beans.
Making fun of my roommate's beans.
If you're watching this, shout out to you. Right before spring break, my freshman year, we were supposed to go out to dinner with one of Chad's friends and one of my roommates now and one of my friends, Morgan. And they both ended up having to do homework and whatever.
What a coincidence.
Well, I know, right? And so it just ended up being the both of us.
Ooh.
Our first dinner together. Should we tell them about our first date? It was cute.
Well, yeah, and then I asked you out on a date for after
the dinner that our friends bailed on. Our first date was pretty cute. You tell them.
Well, it was... Well, are you talking about our first date or the one we had or one we planned? Because we were going to go get Mexican food.
Yeah.
Where was it? Veracruzana or something?
It was the Streeto.
It was the Streeto? Okay. Yeah, the Streeto. We were going to go to get tacos or something. And then you had just got back from Ghana.
Yeah.
So you were readjusting time zone and everything. And
Yeah, I had just gotten back. I haven't really told the channel about this. I'm thinking about doing a video about it in the future, but if you want to see a video on my study abroad, my brief week in Ghana for a study abroad trip that I took. Comment down below and I'll make a video about that. But I just gotten back from Ghana and I just, was readjusting. So we couldn't go to Distrito, but instead I was like, I'm not really feeling great. Like my stomach was kind of bothering me. And you were like, wait a sec. Do you think you'd be able to eat soup? And then he just showed up at my dorm, like with soup.
Well,
And
yeah.
it was like chicken noodle soup. And I think you brought me like crackers too. And it was like the sweetest thing ever because we hadn't been on a date yet. So like you didn't really have any meat. Like, you didn't need to care about me like in that regard yet. And you did. And you still like brought me soup and we sat and just like talked for it was like a couple hours, I would say.
Yeah, and I had my Tic Tacs.
You're just popping those things like pills. But yeah, it was cute. And then the rest was history.
Ooh.
So, long distance, speaking of tips, we've been doing long distance for a while since COVID started because once we had to leave school in March, Chad went back to Colorado, I went back home. Okay.
So now we have Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom. So that brings us to our first tip. Scheduling like Zoom or FaceTime meetings, whatever your favorite video conference method is. There's so many. And we usually like talk around the same time every night just so that it's easier to like plan and know and have something to look forward to for that night, because during the day I'll just be like kind of sad if I'm like at work and it's been a long day, and then I'll just be like, oh, I get to, talk to Chad later tonight. And it's a good time. So yeah, if you can plan out something regularly, at least like twice a week, right?
I mean, we talk every day, but yeah, like it's just nice to schedule that time. When I'm studying for the MCAT, it was like terrible because we didn't actually schedule that time.
Yeah.
So it was just like a month of not talking because I was home for winter break. I didn't just like ignore Charlotte for a month for the MCAT.
But it doesn't have to be super long. Just like try to schedule a little bit of time to talk to your significant other when you can. But just having it like scheduled will make you like stick with it and try to make it happen because otherwise it could just fall through. Okay, next tip is to have some kind of show together that you watch. So you want to say what ours is?
Well, you're probably thinking, what do you mean you're gonna have some show to watch? Like how? And that's because you got to use like Netflix Party, or like at one point we were like screen sharing Zoom, and that was terrible because like the lag. But if you just find like I feel like Netflix Party is a good way to just like
Yeah.
watch something in sync, and you could just FaceTime or Zoom, and just chat.
If you guys haven't heard of Netflix Party, it's a Chrome extension. So we watched The Office. You never answered that question. We're watching it because Chad had not seen it, and I've seen it like so many times I can't even count. But it never gets old. So we're watching it. Yeah, so just having something like that to watch, you can add it to your scheduled Zoom meeting or whatever you do daily or whatever. I think that's probably it for that tip. The third tip is communicating daily, like during the day, and just texting, telling them that you're thinking of them, communicating. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, just trying to fill that absence, like that is like trying to make up for not being able to see each other in person.
Just like, yeah, responding. In terms of communicating the old-fashioned way, you could send letters. Do you have any other tips? That's all that I had written down.
Like I said, just filling that void of what you normally would do. Like I think the one thing you like to do is just tell me about your day at the end of the day, and I like to just tell you about my day while it's happening. But either way, just like letting the other person like know what's happened. Like I don't know, it just kind of seems like you're there with each other.
Yeah, keeping
Like if you're just like kind of, I don't know, it's just like fun to like at the end of the day hear what you're doing, catch up.
Mhm. On a more serious, like, if you're like upset with something during long distance, like don't hesitate to like tell your partner or significant other. If you were together, you'd be telling them, and you should still be telling them over text. Or actually, it's probably better to do like a phone call, just because texting like can come off wrong. Telling them what's on your mind.
Is that it? Is that all we've been doing? And we're still together? I'm just kidding. I guess just like another thing, it's just like having a date to look forward to, like when you're gonna see each other. Like it's just nice to have something to look forward to. Like whenever it gets hard, or like things are get like whenever things get like kind of difficult, you could just kind of think like, oh well, like even if you're like someone who like your significant other lives in like another country, or like you guys are like separated for like school or something, like I feel like that's always applicable to just like have that date in mind when you're gonna see each other next, just because you have it to look forward to.
Yeah, and I think you've done this too, but I've downloaded like a countdown app on my phone, and I've like put that date in. Um, and then I just like periodically will check and be like, oh my gosh, like it's actually coming up quicker than I thought it will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's a really good tip. Good luck everyone with your long distance relationships. All right. Thanks, Chad. We're gonna end this Zoom call here.
Thank you. It's always great to be a guest on The Nurse Next Door.
Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please go and give it a thumbs up. It would really help out my channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Make sure you go follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Those are all linked in the description box down below. But have a great weekend. Bye.